What's up, guys? It's Dustin from Past the Single, and I just wanted to come on here real quick before we got started with our very first episode of this podcast and just say thank you so much for the support on our social medias, and also give thanks to a few that have helped get this podcast started. And the first one is the man behind the intro music. That is DJ Stackmaster. I know he would really appreciate it if you went over to his social medias and gave him some love. You can find him at Stackmaster PROD. I also wanted to say thank you to Will Tunink for coming on the show and just talking a little bit about who he was and who he is today and the messages and inspirations behind the music that he is currently making. And I also wanted to address the huge elephant in the room, and that is that the audio quality is not great. I'm going to be straight real with you. This is my very first time doing this. You know, it's a little intimidating, but it was also a lot of fun. I learned a lot just from one episode, and I'm going to work on getting that cleared up a little bit, as well as getting that weird awkwardness that's happening in there, and really strive to be better. This has been an amazing journey so far. I really want to just have a lot of fun with you guys, as well as have fun with the artists that come here. And I want to make sure that what we're producing is something that the artists can be happy with, that they can share it on their stuff as well, and they can build their fan base through listening to our podcast. Because that's what's the important part about this, is for you guys to hear something that you've never heard here in Des Moines before. I think we really have a great artist base here. I really want to be able to showcase that. So yeah, just thank you so much for your patience and your continued patience as we do progress in this podcast and just get better along the way. So thanks again, guys. I will let us just get right into this first episode with Will Tunink. Welcome to Past the Single. I'm Dustin, and I am really excited because this is our first episode, and with us we have Will Tunink. Will Tunink, how you doing today, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Grateful to be here.
Yeah. Appreciate you. I mean, we got a little bit to talk about here, because there's been something that, you know, I think a lot of your fans have missed on a little bit of. Okay. And one of those things is, since I've known you for a few years now, you used to be Echo.
Yeah.
Echo has been...
Echo's been dead since 2018.
And he's been around for a long time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and, if you want to, give us a little bit of why you changed your name to Will.
Yeah, no, I love that. There came a time when I started just recognizing that there was a lot of baggage, as well as a lot of stereotypes and stuff that was coming with the name Echo. Yeah. And I just didn't like what that looked like. I didn't like all the stereotypes that were happening with that. I don't know, man. I didn't like where Echo was headed and what people assumed that I needed to do with my music. And it also didn't feel real, and it didn't feel genuine, because I was hiding behind this Echo guy who was, oh, you're supposed to be this huge, awesome leader for the youth and be this really Christian, really perfect, awesome guy that everybody can look up to. And it's like, yo, I got so much baggage in my life and so many things in my life that I haven't even processed yet, that I need to process through my music, because that's the way I do it. And if I have this stereotypical Echo figure that I have to live up to, then I'm never going to fully be able to be myself. And so I had to come to a point where I had to kill off just that past self and some of the things I was holding on to, so that I could truly accept and become who I really am. And so the reason why I picked the name Will Tunink is because Tunink is my last name. Will is my middle name, William, after my father. And so it was kind of paying homage to him and respect, as well as just being a little bit closer to home for who I really am. And it just really felt more genuine, and I've enjoyed and felt much less stress and pressure being who I really am with the music I'm making now.
Yeah, man. I'd have to say that since you've come out with
some new music with Will Tunink, the vibe has totally changed. It's been awesome to hear some of the stuff that you've been putting out lately, which comes to the recent single that you dropped here, which is 25 with the Stackmaster remix.
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, it's a great song. I love what Stackmaster did with it a lot, actually. I've been listening to it a lot more lately, and I had a little bit of ifs with it at the beginning, and I've gradually gotten to the point where I'm like, man, this is a killer song. And a question that I had for you on that is, how do you let someone else take one of your songs, put it in their hands, their responsibility, make it theirs, but also stay true to yourself?
I like that. So for me, what's interesting actually is I'm not one of those people who is like, oh my gosh, I gotta be watching over your shoulders all the time. Like day after day after day after day, I gotta be watching what you're doing, how you're making music with me, and all that. I actually find a lot of joy and a lot of creativity and the beauty of creativity when other people are involved. In fact, it's usually harder for me to do it all by myself than it is to let other people in, which is one of the few areas in my life that I do that well. But
you ain't the only one there, man.
Real talk. So I was actually really excited and really I've been wanting to do some remixes. I've been wanting to get some more like amped up kind of dance, kind of like electronic remixes to some of my songs. And this dude, Stackmaster, his name kept popping up because he was just really passionate about getting connected here in the industry in Iowa, doing music really well. And it finally came to a point where I was like, hey man, show me what you can do, because I've seen you've been doing some stuff and I'm really impressed and I'm really excited for what could happen with you. Prove it to me. Let's see what you got. And so I sent him 25, and he killed it. Like, it was the first, like, when he sent back the song to me, like, let me know what you think, that was the first draft and we went with it. Like, that's how good it was to me. And I really, really liked it, and I really enjoyed it, and I think it's a great song. And he's actually working on a remix to another song right now. So I'm excited for that as well.
Dang, he's killing it, bro.
Yeah.
He is so killing it. No, his drop towards the middle of the song was incredible.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm just excited that that you're happy to be collabing with so many people, and you got plenty of songs out there that have other featured artists.
Yeah,
and it's been amazing to see you work with what we got here in Des Moines. That's just an awesome feeling. And with 25, you also, the original song has Rajan, and who helped you make the song, correct?
Yeah, dude. So that was 25 has been one of those songs for me that's like, this is so different than how I normally function. Like, for me, for music, a lot of times it comes from, there's a topic I want to speak on, or there's a beat I hear that I'm like, this is super dope, I want to be the one over it. Yeah. And this was one of those songs where it was like May, like the beginning of May, and I was like, Rajan, I really want a song to celebrate 25 years of life. I want a birthday song. I want to come out with something. At the time, KB had come out with No Chains. And I was just listening to that song, and I was like, this song is so awesome. I just want something with the same vibe. Because I'm not one of those people who's like, copy and paste what somebody else did for me so I can sound exactly like them. I'm like, Rajan, I want a vibe like this. I just want something that's raw and dope and just something to party to. And he's like, all right, say no more. Send me the beat. Loved it. Made it happen. And that dude's super talented. Like, he produces, he makes his own music, he records, he raps, he sings, and he mixes and masters, and it's insane.
Yeah, he's another guy that hopefully we can get him here on the show.
Yeah,
he's got some pretty good stuff out there as well.
100%.
Yeah. Now let's kind of talk about what's the present and the future looking like right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, what I'm working on, we've got a project and an album that's going to be hopefully coming out early 2020. And right now I am in the midst of talking with a visual team to create visuals for as many of the songs for this project as possible. I'm one of those people who's like, if I'm going to come out with a product, I want to have something visual and aesthetic that you can latch onto. Obviously, I like creating visions in your mind from the music itself, but if I can create something with a visual as well, I definitely want to do that. So I am right now in the kind of behind the scenes phase of trying to get those visuals done so that we can keep moving forward and finally get this project released. So that's what I'm in presently. The future, I'm really, really pumped to finally get this record out. Like, I just want it out. Like, it's one of those things as an artist where, like, I have been working on this album for years, and it's finally come to a point where it's ready to go. And I just want to get there. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait to release it. I can't wait to drop it. I hope that you all dig it. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I've gotten the privilege to get this album a little early.
Facts.
Are we? What can you tell us the name of this album?
Yeah. I think I could at least release that much. It's going to be titled "The Orphan." Kind of the concept around it is, for me, a lot of my life I felt like someone who didn't really feel like they belonged. Mm-hmm. Whether that was socially, spiritually, whatever it was, I just felt like I didn't really connect with the main populace, and I felt like I was kind of an outsider, an outcast. And so thinking of that, of searching for where I truly belonged, I really resonated with the vision of what it was like to be an orphan, and to feel like you didn't have a place you could call home. And so this whole album is just that journeying through, trying to figure out where I belong, where's my home, what does it mean to finally find where I belong. And so I've really enjoyed that process, and it really is personal stuff to me. So all of these songs you hear are either a part of my story or someone very close to me, and so that's why I'm really excited to share that.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the nail. One of the biggest things that I've gotten from listening to this album is it tells a story. You're taking us on the journey, and I think you hit it really well. And when it comes out, I hope everyone feels the same way.
Oh, thanks, man.
Because it's an amazing album. I'm really excited. I've been excited for a little while, getting you to release this album early, but it ain't up to me. It's up to you, and I want you to feel like it's perfect and ready to go. And man, I appreciate you with this album coming up and letting me get a chance to listen to it. And yeah, it's just been an incredible album to just really listen to, and I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, man, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't necessarily have an inside perspective on, is that if you're an artist who takes your craft seriously, and that you actually want as many people as possible to touch it, to be able to feel it, to be able to know it, to be able to experience it for themselves, you can't just make art and then just release it.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You just can't. Like, you have to have a plan. You have to follow through on a strategy. Every single person you see that is one of your favorite artists had a strategy and a way in which they implemented those strategies to bring that music to you. And so I just don't want to just say, hey, well, it's done. Let's release it. Let's go. I want it to feel like, wow, this is a whole experience. So,
Right. Yeah, there's too many people that have dropped something way too early, and it just didn't really...
It didn't gain traction.
Yeah, right. You
didn't get enough attention.
Right. So you are going to give us a little bit of a sneak peek of The Orphan. Is that correct?
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
So what song are we going to be able to hear today? And as well as kind of talk about like the inspiration that came behind it, maybe a little bit of a backstory of how it came to be.
Yeah. I think tonight I'm going to share with you Never Quit, Never Lose.
Dope.
This song is one that I'm really excited for. I could see it for someone walking into their MMA fight, like whatever it might be. The reason why I wrote Never Quit, Never Lose is because it was a mentality that kept sticking around for me and it's been around for a couple years, like, I just kept feeling that statement resonate in my mind over and over. Never quit, never lose. Like, if something came up in my life that I felt like, you know what, I'm just gonna give up on that. I'm just gonna let that go, or I'm just not gonna keep following through on that. Whether it's relationships, whether it's work, whether it's working on the project, whether it's something else in my life that I just feel like it's easy to let go of, because it's so easy to just distance ourselves and not actually follow through on things and be disciplined. But this song is calling out every single person who feels like they're ready to give up. Whether that's giving up on their dreams, whether that's giving up on somebody else, whether that's giving up on themselves. I just want people to feel like they've got an anthem for those moments where they feel their lowest, and then they can rise to their highest. And so this song is for anybody who feels that way, who feels like they're in the grind, who feels like they're in the struggle, who feels like they're just stressed out to the max or exhausted. This song's for them. So you can play it at your party, you can play it in your car, you can play it at the gym, you can play it in the stadium, but it's for everybody. It's called Never Quit, Never Lose. I'm excited for everybody to hear it. I think it's going to be an anthem off the album for sure.
Yeah, man. I got to be honest with you. That is one of my favorite songs. And
that's what's up.
Yeah, everybody who's out there listening, we're going to go ahead and play this Never Quit, Never Lose, and then we'll come right back on the mic.
Imagine for the first time a rapper from the 515 getting the jump on the mic and spit about the real life, realize with realize. If you keep sleeping on me, you're gonna get some real life. On the beat of my lines, let me catch you up every time. These balls feel like real ice, your ears that feel the frostbite. See you suit up for the top, but I play to win the fight. I don't need to drink to fly, but I stay in these bars every night. Tell me forget it, will. You ain't got skill, you ain't got mills. Girls in the hills, ain't popping pills, ain't chasing thrills, ain't chasing bills. I may not meet your expectations for a famous fake, but that's cause I care more about the real than the fake. I'm faking if I say I don't feel the pain. Feeling like people just pass on my name. Feeling I'm grinding alone in my lane. Grind isn't easy, the dream and it came. People take shots, but no one will pay. People pick locks, but no one breaks chains. Plus the fake rapping, we still call it gains. Cause we hate the struggle, but down for the fame. I paint and build trees, but people just ghost me. Left on the web, pocket knows he still owes me. About to support, but producers keep posting. Make TAG some the spots that I own it. Took a back seat so I can keep growing. Don't need the wheel to be clutch in the moment. Snakes is the fast in the grass, so I'm mowing. Never quit, never lose, this is my moment. Never quit, never will lose. If I never quit, never will lose. If I never quit, I never lose. I push, I break, I fall. Never will lose. I sweat, I grind, I go. If I never quit, I cry, I fight, I go. Never will lose. I sign. If I never quit, I never lose. I see you felt what I felt. Feel just okay, you never exhale. Microsoft from the disses they dealt. Doubts keep you trapped in a cell. Sell a cell, fail a fail, shell a hell. Some of all I know well, the tears of the anger swell. You're stuck that you'll never break free, feel the doubts and secrets you keep at the past. But in at the knees trying to tap up, but life continues to squeeze. Hear the cheers of pain that you bleed, feel the tears start to run down your cheeks, feel the years. This, the end of your scene with the fear, choke out all your dreams. This moment is what we need. Yeah, we gon' sweat, yeah, we gon' bleed, yeah, we gon' cry, but we will still dream, we will still grind, so we can be free. So I used to give up on my life so my pain can leave. No, I'ma stay and fight till the last breath that I breathe. I know how it feels to be trapped in your thoughts. Do they love me or hate me? Am I where they're gone? Where it's safe to approve it no matter the cost? Then ask what we're into to every response. I know how it feels to be changing the pain. Suicidal or not could have been on my name. Depression will only destroy what you made and make you think no good is left in your brain. You're more than what people fake on your feed. More than the secrets you're scared to unleash. More than the walls between you and your dreams. Your fighters don't give up, don't ever retreat. Won't live my life, so you're clapping for me. Won't live a life, so a past I can quote me. No suicide, no, there's more than my story. If I got it, the pain, any healthy, keep going. Never quit, never will lose. If I never quit, never will lose. If I never quit, I never lose. I push, I break, I go. Never will lose. I sweat, I grind, I go. If I never quit, I cry, I fight, I go. Never will lose. I sign. If I never quit, I never never quit, I never.
And that was Never Quit, Never Lose by Will Tunink in his upcoming album called The Orphan. Yeah, I got a couple things we want to do here before we let you go, Ryan. And one of them was I reached out on Facebook and had some people ask us some questions here.
Dope. Yes.
And let me go ahead and pull that up real quick.
Absolutely, man.
And when I say real quick, I don't mean that quick.
Yeah, man. No, I'm really excited and really grateful for the opportunity for people to hear that, especially for them to hear it a little early. That's probably going to be one of the first singles that drops before the full album comes out. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for an awesome visual for that as well. I know that Michael with the team has been working really hard to create something amazing for that to make it really stick and pop. So I'm excited to see what turns out with that.
Yeah, man. I think there's going to be a lot of people out there who are going to be stunned by what you're bringing, man.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yes, I'm excited for it, and I hope everybody else gets excited for it. Now, I'm just pulling up the questions here, and we do have a couple of them. One from our boy Vishwa.
Yeah, Vishwa.
He's got a pretty interesting question. I really like this one. He says, what's the weirdest instrument you've used to make music?
Ooh. Weirdest instrument to make music. Trying to think of all the songs that I've been on or had people produce for. So I guess something to know about me in a little background is I actually don't produce my own music. I usually outsource that because I feel like my gift is really, really strong towards lyricism and not so much my musical composing. So that's something I'm working on. But let's see here. The weirdest instrument. Honestly, man, I'm not totally sure I can really answer that one with something that's actually going to be interesting. I guess people have used claps and stuff like that just with their own hands in my songs before. I think actually just natural voice sounds I've made in my music. It's amazing the amount of ad-libs that, like, if you just singly put those out, you'd be like, really? You decided to make that sound. It's actually really funny to hear those. But I sadly just don't have a really cool reference for that. Now, one of my favorite artists, Trip Lee, he had a song back in the day where on the beat, the dude actually used a Pepsi pop can and like hit it in different areas and it made different sounds and it was a part of his beat, which was really super dope and way more interesting than my answer. So I thought I'd throw that in there.
Let's see here. He also asks, this one's really good. I do enjoy this one a lot. How do other genres that are not hip hop influence you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think a lot of people think that those who just do hip hop and rap only listen to hip hop and rap, and some probably do, but if you're an artist who actually wants to continue to evolve and grow yourself, you've got to listen to as many different genres as possible. And I'm speaking to myself too, because I'm someone who despises country music, but I'm trying to work on it. Like, I don't really like country music, but I recognize its place and value, and my boy Andy Mineo challenged me on that. With his song, on his
country,
song that was a good song, a challenging song. So I would say I've been influenced by a lot of different genres. I grew up on Michael Jackson and the Beatles and Kirk Franklin and just anywhere in between. Rap came into my life a little bit later, so I have actually grown up on more genres that weren't rap as I was growing up than listening to like Tupac and Biggie and all that kind of stuff. Like, I didn't grow up listening to that. I had to learn that. I had to seek that out as I grew older. And so that's always been a interesting experience. I love a really, really good pop record. I love a really, really good rock record. Like, I like jamming out to people like Red and Skillet and stuff like that. they're really awesome. And I also love people like John Bellion, who infuses hip-hop and pop and R&B and all these incredible sounds to make just good art. If you're making incredible art, I'm going to listen. Like, if it stands above the rest and wows me, I'm going to listen to it, and I'm probably going to see what I can do to infuse that into my own sound. Because we are all actually just reflections of the people that have infused us with their sounds. And that's how we reflect ourselves out. So, yeah, I would say literally any genre you can think of has probably influenced me in some way to create what I've created today.
Yeah, no doubt. We got another question here from Michael, and it says, is there anyone or anything that has really helped you get that extra motivation, or has helped you get inspired more in the journey that you've been taking?
Yeah, man. So there's been a lot of people who've blessed me along the way. You've been an encouragement to me, which is always good to have people in your corner encouraging you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I had a really great talk with one of my friends, Words Taylor. He is out here doing amazing things. If you've never heard of him, check out Words Taylor. He is awesome. He sat down with me when we were recording his contribution to this upcoming album, and I'm so psyched for you guys to hear it. And he was just being real with me, of just being like, man, I look at your presence, especially on social media, and I don't see an artist. I just see someone posting random-ish and stuff online. Then I was like, shoot, because he was talking about how, like, I need more developed structured strategy, and instead of just posting what I wanted. And that was so good for me. So that was an inspiration. He's always been great about speaking into getting me back on track. My boy Rajan, one of my best friends, he has always been an encouragement, and he's actually a really good barometer for me to be able to be like, is this dope or is this whack? Like, straight up, if it's whack, he's gonna tell me. Like, like, actually, a funny thing is when Rajan was introduced to me, his wife gave him my first album, Broken Connection. At the time, I thought that thing was dope. He listened to it. He was like, this is pretty whack. Like he low key. And on my side, I was kind of disinterested too. But then, like, God kept working on us, and we got connected. And I'm really glad for that, because he's been one of the biggest inspirations and motivators in my life. My boy Rob, he's on the album too. He's always pushing, wondering what's coming next with music. He's always bringing music flavors with himself as well. So those are some of the people in my circle, people that have inspired me outwardly, that I just follow and are like role models in my life. Lecrae, one of the biggest influences in my life. Andy Mineo, Jean Bellion, KB, Kendrick Lamar, like people like that. Whenever I hear something from people like that, I'm always challenged to go do something. NF is another huge one. Like, NF is just killing it.
Yeah, hey, I got the NF shirt.
Yeah, I see it with that NF shirt on over there, dude. I like it. I like it with that Will Tunink hat.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Reppin'.
Yeah, so I feel like if you're really doing art well, you're the person that people look at and they're like, dang, now I need to go do something better. Like, that's who I want to be around. That's who I want to see in my life. Yeah. And those are the people I follow.
Yeah. It's huge when you surround yourself with people who want to just see nothing but the best from you. And, you know, those are the people who are encouraging you. They're lifting you up. They're challenging you. And the guys that I do know, I know that they're doing a great job building you up and just challenging you every day. And it's just been amazing to see. Like I said, you know, we've known each other for quite a few years now. 3, I think. Yeah. 2 or 3, somewhere around there.
Yep.
And just the growth has been insane. So, yeah, I know those guys are doing work in you. So that's awesome.
I do got to give love and shout out to the rest of the squad. Julian, Austin, Jonathan Stone, Stackmaster, DJ Simplicity, Be Well, like people out here doing it. Brian Clark, like just seeing other people move has been good too, and I wanted to make sure I shouted those boys out.
No doubt.
They're good people out here too.
Yeah. Now, I got a little bit of a game for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So this is called Bump It or Skip It. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you 2 songs. And you're going to have to either choose that you're going to bump this one in the car, windows down, you don't care who's hearing this, and which one are you going to skip?
Oh, okay.
You don't have to be insightful about it, but tell me why you would choose the one or the other.
Yeah, okay.
All right, here's your first choice. Tearing Up My Heart or I Want It That Way. I'm coming in hard with this.
Yeah, coming in hot. Man, I like both of those a lot. Tearing up my heart when I'm with you. Like, and then I Want It That Way. Like, man, both of those are just... Gotta go with the classic I Want It That Way. They're both classics. They're both legendary, but I feel like if I'm in the car, more people are gonna know I Want It That Way than Tearing Up My Heart. Like, even though I know both. Like,
right.
So I gotta bump that one.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat with you. I think that one, I think I just like that one more than the other one, and that would be the reason why I would choose it. All right, here's the next one. Call Me Maybe or Party in the USA.
Party in the USA.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
no doubt.
Carly.
No
But
doubt.
no,
No doubt.
yeah.
That one's way too easy.
Yeah.
All right, here's a crazy one. Barbie Girl or The Signs?
Low-key, I don't know if I even know what the song The Signs is.
It's very similar to Barbie Girl, just a different style, not as girlish. It's really tough to.
It's not like
tough to
it's a
explain.
sign of the times. Like, that's not it, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Dope.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Barbie Girl because that's the one I know.
Yeah, I'm actually in the same boat as you in that one as well because I don't really know the signs as much, and my mom would play Barbie Girl just to annoy us boys all the time when we were younger. She would just do it. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Right. All right, and we got 2 more.
All right.
Don't Stop Believin' or Bohemian Rhapsody.
Frick.
Yeah. I knew this was going to be the hardest one of them all.
Thinking about my boy Tyler Larson, a.k.a. Billy Sapphire.
Hey,
shout out to him, too.
Shout out.
That dude's a huge influence as well. Man. Shoot. They both have their individual reasons for why they would be a phenomenal pick. I think I might have to go with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Ooh, I am actually on the other side of you.
Yeah.
My mom, her favorite band is Journey. So when I was growing up, she was always playing the Journey.
On that.
Always playing the Journey. But one of the favorite iconic scenes in a movie is Bohemian Rhapsody in Wayne's World. So it's so close. But since I got the Journey from my mom, that's where I'm gonna have to go with it.
Yeah, man.
Dang.
Shoot.
I think that's the first one. we didn't.
And I was leaning heavy that way, but I was like, you know what? I kind of like Bohemian Rhapsody better right now.
Yeah. Hey, man. You know they both are really, really phenomenal songs.
Oh yeah,
and
legendary.
So iconic and historic, and it's really hard to choose those.
Yeah.
All right, here's your last one. Since we were talking about country.
Oh boy.
Yep. She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy, or Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy.
Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, because She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. How are you gonna tell me you're looking at those big wheels that are plowing through cornfields and be like, that's sexy? That's not sexy at all. There's nothing sexy about that.
Hey man, there's a lot of people in Iowa who'd beg to differ that one.
Man, they can beg all they want. I am an Iowa City boy. I look at a tractor and I'm like, get out of my way, because you are on one of the side streets and you're taking way too long to get out of my way.
Yeah. I think
Much love to the farmers out there. I gotta say, my dad was raised on a farm. His family did that whole thing. So like,
oh, so your dad loves the song, right?
No, he probably thinks that's dumb too.
Right. Yeah, I got to go with the Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, only because it's a harder rock song. It's not that poppy stuff. So that's the reason why I like it. And yeah, man, we almost went a clean sweep there, but
almost.
There was just the one. No, Will, thank you so much for joining us here. Before we go, is there anything that you would like to plug? Go ahead and plug away, my friend.
Dope. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on Pass the Single. Y'all be sure to follow that. If you want to follow me, I am on every single social media platform you can think of. Will Tunink, WILLTUNINK. Will Tunink. Follow me on all social media platforms. I'm also on your favorite digital media platform for listening to songs: Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Amazon Music, YouTube, you name it, I'm on there. Check it out. Would love to connect with you.
Ooh, yeah. Go ahead and check him out, guys. I promise you guys will not be disappointed, and just get excited for this upcoming album. Will Tunink, thanks again for coming on the show. And everybody out there, like Will said, go ahead and follow this podcast. It will be on whatever I can get it on. It'll be on Apple Podcasts. I'm going to try to get it on Spotify, as well as posting it up to YouTube and the Facebooks. So go ahead and drop a like there. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of those. So go ahead and follow us for all of our updates. Thanks, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
Peace.